So once again I welcome everyone to this program. So after meditation, we have meditated for some time. Now it is time to listen the Buddha's talk. Today I would like to speak on a sutta called Sukapatthana Sutta, wishing for happiness. So this is the name of the sutta. The sutta is like this. Buddha said in this sutta, the sutta starts, this was said by the Buddha, the perfected one. That is what I heard. Monks, a wise person who wishes for three kinds of happiness, so take care of their ethics. What three? Three types of happiness. May I be praised, may I become rich. When my body breaks up after death, may I be reborn in a good place, a heavenly realm. A wise person who wishes for these three kinds of happiness should protect their precepts. So these are the three happiness. If a wise person wishes for this happiness, he should protect the precepts. So Buddha gave 5 precepts for the people. It is not that they are made by the Buddha, the precepts. The precepts are to overcome the negativity of our mind, which is very natural. Whenever the negativity arises in our mind, we react, we perform actions. That is the law of our mind. Sometimes there can be negativity, sometimes there can be positivity. So the Buddha gave these precepts. He suggested if we practice these precepts, then we can overcome the negativity. That is why the Buddha suggested these precepts. And these precepts are restraint from killing, restraint from stealing, restraint from sexual misconduct, restraint from telling lie, restraint from taking alcohol or anything which makes our mind clouded, dark. So when we restrain from these precepts, then there is harmony. There is harmony. And by restraining these precepts, we can overcome the negativity. These are the precepts which takes us against mind activities. We will not follow the stream of mind. This is very scientific, we can see. Whenever we follow the stream of mind, then where we land we don't know. The water can takes us so far from our positivity. It can land us somewhere in the suffering. That is why the Buddha suggested these precepts. These are not made by the Buddha, but suggested by the Buddha, because he has known the negativity of the mind, the impurities of the mind, the purities of the mind, the positivity of the mind. That is why he said, when you restrain this negativity, from unwholesome, then we can perform wholesome. we can create wholesome thoughts. In fact, we can strengthen them, and we can be habituated of positive thoughts, positive qualities, instead of habituated of negativity. So that is why by seeing this nature of mind and by seeing these tendencies of the mind, the Buddha suggested these precepts for householders like you. For the monks, we have more precepts than you. So when a wise person seeks happiness, these three types of happiness, like may people praise me and may I become rich, and when my body breaks up, may I reborn in divine world. This can be happen when we protect our precepts. So here precepts is very important. Buddha could say that doing chanting or all the time when you are doing chanting, it is good. But Buddha did not say like this, no? Buddha said, what Buddha means here, you are the responsible. In the teachings of the Buddha, he said, you are the responsible. You are the source of happiness and you are the source of misery. It is depending on how you perform wholesome qualities and how you perform unwholesome qualities, how you express. Once we are restrained over the negativity, unwholesome qualities, and when we perform the wholesome qualities, then we create the source of happiness. When we perform negativity, unwholesome qualities, when we express, then we create a source of misery, unhappiness. So that is why the Buddha said here in this talk, when you wishing for these three types of happiness, then a wise person should take care of their precepts, their silas. Then they can be happy here in this life and also in the next life. So let us see what Buddha have said further. He said on this topic, wishing for three kinds of happiness, praise, prosperity, and to delight in heaven after passing away. The wise would take care of their ethics. Though you do no wrong, if you associate with one who does, you are suspected of wrong. Your disrepute grows. So in this poem, verse, Buddha said that when you associate with unwise person, and if you are not performing any evil action, still you will be suspected that you have committed something wrong. And when you suspect it in this way, then your disrepute will grow. The people will blame your repute, you will not have good reputation. So this is the danger, disadvantage of being associated with unwise person. So here, there will be no happiness in this life when we have bad friendship, unwise friendship. Then Buddha further said, whatever kind of friend you make, with whom you associate, that's how you become. For so it is when you share your life. So whatever friendship you are making, if you have any wise friendship, then it helps you to be wise. You become wise. Slowly, gradually you can be wise. If you have unwise friendship, then the unwise friendship will influence you to be unwise person. And once you become unwise, then surely you will commit many unwholesome actions. You will do through the mind, through the speech, through the body. And this is the disadvantage, which can be seen here in this very life. We can see in our family when the sons don't have very good friendship, if they have bad friends, then the bad friendship influence them to be bad. They become bad. So when they become bad and they react in this way, then parents usually shout them. They blame, they criticize every day almost. So this is the disadvantage. Their reputation will, destroys. Bad reputation will grow. Similarly, the Buddha further explained, the one who associates and the one associated with, the one contacted and the one who contacts another are like an arrow smeared with poison and pollutes the quiver. A wise person, fearing contamination, would never have wicked friends. So like an arrow which is smeared with the poison and pollutes the container of arrows. Similarly, a wise person will fear of this pollution, being polluted when he is with bad friendship. He will afraid of being polluted with the poison. And they will never have bad friendship, unwise friendship. Then the Buddha further explains, a man who wraps putrid fish in the grass, which makes grass smell. So it is when associating with a fool, when there is something very smelly fish, when you put on banana leaves or any leaves, it smells very, repulsive smell. It is not good smell. Similarly, when we have bad friendship, unwise friendship, we can see the result. We react in a wrong way. And this is very visual. We express different unskillful actions through mind, through speech, and through body. So this is like a fish which is very smelly, repulsive smell. And then Buddha said, when you have like a person who wraps the sandalwood's incense in the leaves, it is like when you are associating with a wise person. When you associate with a wise person, we can speak, we can think very skillful thoughts, we can speak lightly and skillful words, and we can perform skillfully through body, and this is what a result after associated with a wise person. It is like a sandalwood perfume or incense. When we put into the leaf, it is very fragrant. We can see the very pleasant smell from the leaf. Similarly, we can be benefited when we are associated with the wise. Like as the Buddha said, not to associate with the unwise person, associate with the wise. When we associate with the wise, they influence us, they support us to perform good karma, skillful karma. So that is why the Buddha said, when you associate with a wise person, it is like the sandal incense be put into the leaf, and the leaf become fragrant. Now, the last verse which Buddha said, so knowing they will end up like wrapping the wise would avoid wicked man or wicked company, and be friend with the good. The wicked will lead to the hell. The good, the wise person, will help you to reborn in a divine world. So here it is said like the wise person when the body breaks up, when the wise person dies, he reborn in divine world, because the wise person, the wise friendship ties him with good qualities, and he perform good qualities because the wise friendship influence him to do good things. And unwise friendship influence him to perform unwholesome actions. When this friendship ties, the unwise friendship will lead to the hell, the wise friendship will lead to the heaven. So this sutta concludes here, ends here. We can see in this sutta that we are the responsible of our misery and our happiness. It is supported and conditioned by friendship. In our day-to-day life, we can see it is conditioned by friendship. When we associate with unwise friend, then they influence us to perform unwholesome actions. And when we associate with wise person, they influence us to perform good action, wholesome action. This is how they become conditioned, a supportive condition for our misery and for our happiness. With this, a wise person can accept three kinds of happiness. That is, as Buddha said in this sutta, may I be praised. If a person perform good action and having a wise company, a wise friend, then people will praise him. Definitely they will praise, because he is not doing any unwholesome things, unwholesome karmas. And then the second happiness was, may I become rich. When you restrain this, when you restrain from doing unwholesome actions, like Lord Buddha given 5 precepts. There are many precepts which conducive for misery, for downfall. As the Buddha said, when a person is engaging in sexual misconduct, in this way he can lose his wealth. And if a person is addicted to alcohol, in this way he will lose his wealth. Similarly, if a person is engaging himself in gambling, then surely he will also lose his wealth. And the Buddha said 4th point, which is, if a person is having unwise friendship, then surely he will lose his wealth. So the second type of happiness is, may I be rich. When we restrain from unwise friendship, then surely one can be rich. A rich person, or one can enjoy prosperity. The third one which the Buddha said about happiness, which is, when my body breaks up after my death, may I reborn in a good place, a heavenly realm. So here there are many incidents during the time of the Buddha which happened. Like whoever practiced Dhamma in a correct way, engaging oneself in performing wholesome qualities, wholesome karma, and restraining from doing unwholesome karma, one can reborn in divine world. It is not that one has to be reached through the blessings of the Buddha or blessings from any great supreme beings. No. Here the Buddha said, in the teachings of the Buddha said, we are the responsible. If we perform any wholesome thing, surely we will land in the happy planes of existence. If we perform unwholesome actions, then surely we land in some misery worlds. So during the time of the Buddha, there was one upasaka called Dhammika. He was very virtuous upasaka. He used to go almost every day to the monastery where the Buddha resides, in Jinavamsa monastery. He used to hear Dhamma and he used to practice precepts, morality, and he used to perform dana as well. So when the time come to pass away, he was on bed. Then he invited some monks to recite suttas. Normally in the families of Buddhists, they invite monks to recite suttas. So similarly, this Dhammika Upasaka also invited monks to recite Mahasatipatthana Sutta. The monks were reciting this sutta. Then, at that time, some devas from different world arrived, and each deva were inviting in their world. Then this Upasaka Dhammika said, stop, stop, stop. Then monk thought, oh, he is saying us to stop, not to chant anymore. Then these monks left to the monastery. And then when he realized that the monks are not reciting, chanting, then he asked, where did the monks go? And the son replied, you only said that stop, stop, stop. So they stopped and they left to the vihara. Then Upasaka Dhammika said, I said to devas who are here, who are inviting me to reborn in their world. So I told them to stop. Then his son was not agreed to to make them realize that really the devas are here who are inviting me, he said, give me that garland, and he threw it into air, and the devas, one of the devas, hold that garland. And then his son believed that yes, there are devas who are inviting my father. So when this Upasaka about to die, he was very happy, and after passing away, he reborn in Devaloka. And this was reported to the Buddha. And Buddha asked to the monks, then the Buddha said that Upasaka has reborn in Devaloka. So here, like during the time of the Buddha, there are many incidents who reborn in divine world. They reborn in divine world because of their own kusala karma, not because of the blessings of great beings or making them happy. No. We are the victim of our own karma. When we perform wholesome karma, then we can experience good results, and when we perform unwholesome actions, then we can create our own misery. We will suffer. This is very simple, as said by the Buddha. So these are the happiness which is depend on ethics, precepts. When we perform practice of ethics and restrain from unwholesome actions, then we can enjoy these three types of happiness. What are the three types of happiness in this sutta? May I be praised, may I be prosperous or rich, may I reborn in heavenly world. So this can be achieved through precepts and not associating with unwise person. So with this short talk, I conclude here with metta. Sukhi bhaveyani lokho anicca ahamiya hitachame sukhi honto majata chataverino imame gama ketame sata honto sukhi sada tato paranchara jeso chakavale sujantano sadhu sadhu sadhu. We conclude here this Sunday evening Dhamma program, and we wish you very good health, peace of mind, and may you all be freed from dangers and accidents. See you next Sunday.